APNvideo.com is on the air, and today we're coming to you from beautiful Goodyear, Arizona. Goodyear Ballpark, the winter home of the Cincinnati Reds and the Cleveland Indians, and today it's home to the Madison Blues in the 50 Cactus Division as they take on the Dallas Sox in a very pivotal game in the 50 Cactus. Madison comes in with a record of 2-3. If they have any chance of getting in, they're going to have to win here today in the final game of pool play. And Dallas may have to win too. They come in with a record of 3-2. And I'm Jeff Lowry with APM Video Sports. You're getting a look at the Madison Blues. They're coming off a 16-14 victory in their last game, and they'll have Jeff Knight, a tough competitor, on the mound starting here today as you get a look at some of the mainstays of this Wisconsin-based team. A special thanks to that man, Sean Dargan, for setting up today's broadcast. And on the other side, you're looking at the Dallas White Sox, who really came off a tough loss in their last game, won 3 of their first 4 in round-robin play, but they need a victory here to really secure 4-2 should get you into the 50-plus Cactus playoffs. So it's a good matchup. Sox have a 1-game advantage over Madison, but they did not play well in their last game, and Madison did. And let's see if they can carry it over. And now let's send it down to the field for a special interview.
Jeff Nall. Just feels awesome to be here playing with my 2 brothers, Doug and Greg.
Doug, just great to be able to walk onto the stadium after 5 games. So we're excited about it. It was a fun experience, something I think we'll do again next year, hopefully.
Yeah, Greg Nall, same thing. Just good to be here.
Okay.
Thank you, Jeff.
You got it.
Yes.
All right. How did it feel walking into this ballpark?
Oh, extraordinary. You always want to play in a major league type stadium, and you know the majors have played here, so it's awesome.
Okay, good luck.
Yeah, I don't know what to do when the ball isn't bouncing off our rocks all the time. So, all right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we'd like to thank those guys for joining us in our pregame show. You're getting a look at the left-hander Earl Herman. He'll get the start here today for the Dallas White Sox. And it'll be Jeff Nall to start things off, Pete Olson, and catcher Tom Kirsten. And Jeff has the GoPro on top of his helmet, and this game is underway as he takes a strike. A beautiful day for baseball here at Goodyear Ballpark. Our home plate umpire is Sean McKinney and Sean Coleman on the base pass. Ground ball, base hit, and that's how the Blues get going here in the top of the first inning. That'll bring up the second place hitter and shortstop, Pete Olson. Well, our official start time is 9:06 a.m. on this beautiful day in mid-October in the 34th annual Msbl World Series here on APN Sports, and this is our 24th season. There's a chopping ball foul. Yeah, we started in 98, and they started in 88. Pete Olson, a guy that can really handle the bat well, and I think one of the reasons why he is in that second position in the lineup. The throw actually beat Jeff Nall, but it was a one-hop throw that gets away from the second baseman, so a stolen base. And here comes Olson on a wild pitch. Throw to third, not in time. So aggressive base running paying off here for Madison right away. And here's a line smash, foul, and back into the seats. So 2 strikes on the Blues shortstop. Tom Kirsten is on deck. And here's a line drive, and that ball's going to be in for a base hit. Scoring is Nall to give the Blues an early 1-0 lead. RBI single for Pete Olson. And I believe the starting catcher here is Tom Kirsten. On this October 20th, and here's a line drive caught by the shortstop, and that is going to be the first out of the ball game. So Reese Schneider with a nice catch on the line drive, and now the second baseman, Shane Msbl. Runner at first base with one out. A run is in. The Madison Blues lead the Dallas Sox 1-0. And here's a ball hit well to right center field, and a nice catch there by Tad Holbrook. As the throw comes in, they may have had a play at first base, but to no avail. A line drive allowed out off the bat of Shane, and now starting pitcher Jeff Knight. Here's a blooper back of short, and he will not get a play on it. So you got runners at first and second as Jeff Knight drives a single to center field, and now Dave Keene. And here's a smash down the line. That's going to be a fair ball. That's going to plate the second run of this top of the first inning. They'll hold the runner at third base, and going in with an RBI double is Dave Keene. It's 2-0 Madison Blues. With runners at second and third, that'll be a two-base hit and an RBI. And Andy Wynn will step to the plate, the starting right fielder. So a tough start here for the Sox, and Earl German, or Herman, didn't get the pronunciation. The coach said he wasn't sure of his last name, and he was out there in the bullpen, so we didn't get a chance. I think it's Earl Herman. As Andy Wynn trying to extend this top of the first inning, and that's strike three called, and that'll retire the side. First strikeout for Earl. After a half an inning of play, Madison picks up 2 on 4 hits, and they leave 2 after a half. Madison 2, and Dallas coming up. Well, now you're getting a look at the right-hander Jeff Knight. A guy that can eat up a lot of innings for you, and hopefully for him, this will be a game in which this Madison Blues Wisconsin team can get a victory and hopes for a possible playoff berth. He'll be going up against Jesus Morales, Tad Holbrook, and Charles Carr. That'll be the first 3 here for the Dallas Sox. And here's a rope down to third base, gobbled up there, and a nice throw across in time for out number 1. And, well, a little collision down there. I don't think there was any ill tensions there by Sean Dargan. So Morales is out 5-3, and here is Tad Holbrook, who takes the first pitch for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Dallas coming in with a record of 3 wins, 2 losses. 3-3 will probably get you into the playoffs, so this may not be, as Knight will take care of Holbrook for out number 2. And the same goes for Madison. I think there's a really good chance that both these teams will be in the playoffs come tomorrow. First pitch called strike. Charles Carr, the third place hitter for the White Sox. We're in the 50 and over Cactus division. Good pitch by Knight, just missed outside, 1 ball, and 1 strike on the third place hitter. High and tight, 2-1. Defensively for Madison, Dargan at first, Messenberg second, Olsen short, and Adas at third. Here's a little looper out in the center field, and that's going to drop in and ruin the no-hitter for Jeff Knight. First hit of the ball game for Dallas. So Kirk Brookshire, the cleanup hitter, courtesy runner is going to be Tad Holbrook at first base. Hard-hitting left-hand hitter, the cleanup hitter for the Sox. And the first pitch is outside a ball. Hirschfield is in left field, finishing out the Madison defense. Hall in center. Jeff Nall. And Wynn is in right field with Kirsten. I believe that is, that's Tom Kirsten doing the catching. It's hard to tell if that's an 18 or a 19, but I think it's number 19, and that's Tom. As Brookshire bats with 2 out and a runner at first base. And the next delivery, as the runner goes, swung on and missed. Here's the throwdown, and did they get him? Just a little late, and a sensational tag out there by Olson. So both teams have swiped second base successfully. And here's a long fly ball way out in the right field. That's a long run for Wynn. He'll make the running catch, and that'll retire the side. 1 in the book. Madison, Wisconsin leads Dallas 2-0. This is the 34th annual MSBL World Series. And you're watching APNvideo.com. All right, we go to the top of the second inning here, back here at Goodyear Baseball Park. Second inning for Earl and the Sox on defense. They gave up 2 runs, 4 hits. 2 were stranded in that top of the first inning. And Madison Blues coming to the plate. They'll send Steve Hirschfield, Jeff Adas, and Sean Dargan. Charles Carr is doing the catching here today for the Dallas Sox, and they're led defensively by Eric Rieschneider at shortstop. Third baseman Stan Gideon. The second baseman, as we are getting the defense, and strike 3, 1 down. Second strikeout in a row and 2 in the day for Earl, and there is 1 down here in the top of the second inning. The first baseman is Tony Sanchez, and at second base is Juan Norat. We'll give you the outfield when we get those momentarily, and the next batter up is Jeff Adas. Yes, it's a long A. And he is batting for the first time. 2-0 Madison, Wisconsin. We're in the top of the second inning. Beautiful morning, cool temperatures. You really can't ask for better baseball weather than what we have had, and that is 3 strikeouts in a row by Earl Herman. So there's 2 down here in the inning, and the batter is going to be the right-handed hitting Sean Dargan. He swings and fouls off the first pitch, and he's down 0-1. The outfield left to right, Morales, Holbrook, and Theobald. Charles Carr catching and pitching Earl Herman. Ground ball, base hit center field. So Sean with a 2-out single extending the top of the second inning for the Madison Blues. And that is hit number 5 for the Blues. And we go back to the top of the order in center fielder, Jeff Nall. He takes a strike, 0-1, batting for the second time in 2 innings. That one just off the outside corner, and a good eye by Jeff. 1 ball, 1 strike. And he slaps one towards the shortstop. Rieschneider will take the short route to second, and that'll retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. They've stranded 3. We go to the bottom of the second inning from Goodyear Ballpark. 2-0 Madison, Wisconsin. Second inning of work for Jeff Knight. Gave up a hit and no runs in the first inning, and he'll face first baseman Tony Sanchez, Mike Scott, and Stan Gideon. And a chopping ball that's going to be up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Second hit of the day for Dallas. One observation I'll make so far in this game with Jeff Knight, that he is really working both sides of the plate, and he's done very well. James Bogus is the manager of the Dallas Sox, and this is Mike Scott, left-handed hitter. Not to be confused with the great Mike Scott from the Houston Astros back in the 80s. There goes the runner, and here's the toss down the second, and that throw is waiting on him. I'll tell you what, Tony Sanchez got a horrible start on that as he's gunned down by Tom Kirsten. So a good job there. They're 1 for 1 in the stolen base attempts. And Mike Scott now batting with nobody on and one man out here in the home half of inning number 2. A 2-0 lead for Madison, Wisconsin. And that's ball 4. So a hit, a walk, and now Stan Gideon, the third baseman, will dig into the plate. And he takes the first pitch high and away, ball 1. One out, runner at first base. Sox batting here in the bottom of the second, trailing 2-0. There goes the runner. Here's the pitch taken, and they throw out another one. And that makes it official. I'll tell you what, I don't know if I've seen a guy. We've been doing these games for a long time. And Tom Kirsten has just thrown out back-to-back would-be base stealers. And that just doesn't happen every day. So Dallas has kind of run themselves out of this inning. And let's see if Stan Gideon can keep things going. And he takes high, ball 4. And, well, a tough inning for Jeff Knight as he has failed to retire a batter, though he's got 2 outs because of the 2 caught stealing. Luis Ruiz, he'll take the first fastball for a strike. And here's a ball slapped over the head of the second baseman, and that's a base hit. So runners are at first and second. Second hit of the inning, and the third hit of the day for Dallas, and now Craig Bishop. Bishop takes the first pitch, and that's a called strike. He is a 9A hitter, and they share this position with Craig Holmes, the 9B hitter. He'll come up the next time round. 1 ball, 1 strike from Jeff Knight to Craig Bishop, and here's a ground ball knocked down by Sean. He'll take it to the bag. He saved a run and ends the inning. And at the end of 2, it's Madison, Wisconsin, the Blues 2, and Dallas nothing. This is the 34th annual Msbl World Series on APN Sports. What a play. Heading now to the top of the 3rd inning, and the Blues with a 2-0 lead over the Sox. It'll be 2, 3, and 4, Olsen, Kirsten, and Msbl. Well, he had a pretty good cut at that one. Two strikes on the shortstop. RBI single back in the first inning after Jeff Nall singled, stole second, and then moved to third on a wild pitch. And let's see if Pete can get on. The 3-2 pitch is swung on and laced down the left field line. That'll be a base hit. Morales over there quickly. Hit number 6 for Wisconsin, who leads it 2-0 here in the top of the 3rd inning, and now third place hitter and catcher Tom Kirsten. Tom lined out to shortstop back in the first inning, his only time up. And he sends a soaring fly ball to center field. That will be played by Holbrook, and that is the first out here for the Madison top of the third. Shane Msbl lined to left field in the first inning. Knoll and Olson both scoring. And here's a shot right to the second baseman. They'll go second one, throw it on the first, and they throw it away. And fortunately, Shane got back to the bag quickly. He started to turn to second. Well, there's some confusion right now. Time is called, so I don't think they can try to tag the runner here. And I think the umpires are saying that ball may have went into the dugout. Let's see if Msbl is going to. Nope, he's going to stay right there. So a fielder's choice, and here's a ground base hit, the second of the day for Jeff Knight, and runners are at first and second. Well, a seeing eye single between the 5 and the 6. And now Dave Keene, who had an RBI double back in the first inning. So 2 are out here in the inning. First and second occupied. Madison trying to add on to a 2-0 lead. Ground ball right side. Second baseman has it. And Norrat's throw to first in time to retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. At the end of 2.5 innings of play, it's Madison Blues 2 and the Dallas Sox nothing. And you're watching baseball from Goodyear Ballpark. As we go to the bottom half of inning number 3, and it's Reef Schneider to start things off. Who takes high, Jeff Knight in his third inning of work. And actually it's Reif Schneider, a good German name, and it's going to be caught by Jeffrey right on the foul line, 1 down. He got into some hot water in the last inning. Single, walk, single. But Tom Kirsten threw out 2 base runners back-to-back in Sanchez and Scott. And so the shutout stays intact for Jeff Knight and his Madison Blues. 1 out. Here's Theobald, who draws the walk, and that is the 3rd walk issued. And we go back to the top of the order as Rudy Theobald is the 11A hitter. And here's a ball hit down to third. They'll go the short route to second. Here's the throw on the first, not in time. And that'll be a fielder's choice, but a nice job down there, the hot corner by Jeff, who snared that one. And now the runner is started to go and now elects to go back. The Sox are 1 out of 3 in base stealing attempts. Here's the center fielder, Holbrook. And he's tardy on that one. Lifts it to third, and that ball's going to be caught, and the side retired. Couple of nice plays by Jeff down there at the hot corner, and after 3 innings of play, as the first pitch is lined foul down the line, it's 2-0 Madison Blues over the Dallas Sox as we go to the top of the 4th inning, rolling right along. Good game so far. Earl Herman in his 4th inning of work. He has had 3 strikeouts in this game, and he's given up 7 hits through 3 innings. He'll set his sights on Andy Wynn, a strikeout victim, 1 of 3 in this game by Herman. Here's a chopper down to third, and Gideon had to take a step back, and he one-hop throw. That's an infield hit. I think he's going to definitely beat that one out. So safe at first is Andy Wynn. Hit number 8 for Madison. And the bunt is on with the runner going, and it's thrown out into center field. And that'll be the second successful stolen base, 2 for 2 today. And here's a chopper back to the mound. Earl looks back the runner at second and throws perfectly on to first. And Hirschfield is retired 1-3 if you're scoring at home. And here is Jeff Adas. Or Jeff Adas. And he slaps one foul and out of play, and it's 0-1. He was one of the 3 strikeout victims by Herman, and he lines this one. It's a base hit into left field. They're going to wave the runner. Nope, now they're going to put the stop sign on. The second hit of the day, and Jeff now will give way to Sean Dargan, who had a base hit back in the second inning. We're in the top of the fourth. 2-0 Madison with runners at first and third and only one man out. And here's a chopper back up the middle. The second baseman tags the bag and throws on to first, and that'll be a 4-3 inning-ending double play. Well, they get 2, they leave 1. They have left 6 in total through the first 4 innings, and you take that top of the first inning out of the books, and it's been all scoreless innings as Charles Carr, the catcher, will start things off as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, and the 4th inning of work for the starter, Jeff Knight. That's out of play to the near side. Carr, Brookshire, and Sanchez, the first 3. This ballpark opened up in 2009, and it was only for the Cleveland Indians at the time. The Reds joined this facility in 2010, and this one is going to be caught. And a nice play there. Boy, I'll tell you, Tom Kirsten might get a gold glove in the 50 Cactus when this is over. Nice catch. That is not, he made it look easy. He made it look easy as Brookshire flied to center field his first and only time up, 0 for 1. As the Dallas Sox bat here in the bottom half of inning number 4, trailing 2-0. But those short pop-ups are usually one of the most difficult plays for a catcher. Yeah, I had the honor of being the first public address announcer at this stadium. And I think the highlight of my time is this one's drilled foul. Brookshire can hit the ball a long way. He may have the ability to hit it out of this ballpark, though maybe not today with that wind blowing in. 2 strikes on him. And Knight bounced that one up there. Knight has not struck out a batter. He has walked 3 so far, and he's given up a total of 3 hits as you look at the on-deck hitter, Tony Sanchez, and that's the 4th walk issued by Jeff Knight. So you got a courtesy runner in Holbrook at first base, and the batter is Tony Sanchez, who has one of the 3 base hits. And did he throw him out again? Well, the throw was unable to be corralled by the second baseman. Shane did all he could do there, but if he corrals that, as this one's crushed up the middle, base hit. Here comes the runner around third. They're going to hold him up right there. And a good job by Nall getting that ball back in quickly. So a walk, a single after the first batter was out. Bottom half of the 4th inning. Goodyear Baseball Park. Runner takes off. They're going to throw down the second, and he's thrown out another one. Here comes a throw to the plate, and that's a double play. I think he was safe, but it's still a double play, and the Sox have run themselves out of another inning. Kirsten, and a great job out there at second base, and that'll retire the side. All right, we head now to the top of the 5th inning, and what a way to finish the inning on what was a double steal, and it all went bad, and that is 4 caught stealings, if you can believe it. So Tom Kirsten has gunned down 3 runners as the catcher here for the Madison Blues. So we go to the top of the 5th inning, and we go to the top of the order. It'll be Nall, Olson, and Kirsten, with Madison, Wisconsin leading it 2-0. Boy, you just don't see that very often, and that's high ball 4, so they get the leadoff man aboard. And yes, that is the first walk issued by Earl Herman. He's given up 9 hits, 1 walk, struck out 3. There goes the runner, and here is Carr's throw, goes out in the center field. And the Madison Blues have stolen 3 of 3 so far. So they got the runner in scoring position. There goes Jeff, and a ground ball down to third. The only play is to first, and Jeff is coming home. They throw the ball away, and it's 3-0 Madison, Wisconsin. That'll be an error and no RBI, but Madison will take them any way they can. The Blues lead it 3-0 over the Dallas Sox, and now catcher Tom Kirsten. That pitch is low and inside, ball 1. Bottom half or top half of inning number 5. Tom looking for his first hit, but he made a nice catch on a short pop-up, and he has thrown out 3 would-be base stealers. And he's down 2 strikes here on the count. Nobody out. A run is in. 3-0 Blues over the Sox. The check of the runner at second. The pitch to the plate is hammered down the left field line. Just foul. Well, I knew that was going to be close. Brookshire is now in left field. And here's a line drive, base hit. I don't think that'll score the run. Hit number 10 on the day for the Madison Blues. Tom is at first base. First hit of the inning, a walk, an error, and a base hit. A run is in, and it's 3-0 Blues here in the top of the 5th inning. If the Blues win this game, there is a very good chance they're going to the playoffs. And the same thing, even if Dallas would lose this game, coming in with a record of 3-2, is Msbl looking for his first hit. He skies one to right field. That's a long run, and the ball is going to be caught. Nice diving catch out there. And that'll go for a sacrifice fly, and it's now 4-0 as Pete Olson scores from third. And runners are at first and third for Jeff Knight, and all he's done is gone 2 for 2 and thrown 4 shutout innings of pitching. Chopper to the third side, foul ball. On this beautiful morning for our national pastime, and special thanks to the Madison Blues for setting up today's broadcast. Steve Hendrickson, the coach down at third base, part of the brain trust here. Close at first. With Mike Scott now at first base. And that is going to be a swinging strikeout. Number 4 on the day for Herman. He's walked 1. He has struck out 4. He's given up 10 hits in 4 1/3 inning. Dave Keene had a run-producing double back in the first inning. And that's when Madison put 2 runs up on the board, and that lead is held up thanks to the pitching and the defense, the pitching of Jeff Knight. He slaps one to the right side where the second baseman gobbles it. Oh, he booted it, and that's an error. And the throw home is not going to be in time. So it makes it 5-0. And the two-out hitter is going to be Andy Wynn, and he chops one foul. And he's down, no balls, one strike. We're in the top of the fifth inning, a 3-run inning. All the runs are unearned. High fly ball, center field, dropping fast, base hit. So Morales, or check that. Let's see who is out in center field right now. Number 50, I don't have a 5-0 on the roster. Nonetheless, it's a base hit for Wynn, and he is 2 for 3. And here's a ground ball to the second baseman. He stays down on it. The flip to second will retire this side. A fielder's choice goes 4-6, but 3 runs come across on 2 hits, and they leave 2. And at the end of 4.5 innings of play, Madison leads it over Dallas 5-0. This is APN Video and our coverage of the 34th Annual Men's Senior Baseball League's World Series. Well, they tried to pull off a double steal as this one is slapped to the shortstop. Olsen with the backhand, and the throw to first, he got him one down. With Dargan back at first base. And a nice play by Olsen for out number 1, 6-3. And here is Stan Gideon as they gun down Mike Scott at first base. 4 shutout innings, 4 1/3 shutout innings now for Jeff Knight, who is still looking for his first strikeout of the game, but he has walked 4, and he has given up 4 hits in 4 1/3. He has worked both sides of the plate extremely well, weaving his pitches in and out to the various hitters, and misses outside with a fastball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Bottom of the 5th inning, Dallas now trails it 5-0. And a ground ball down to first, and a nice play there by Dargan, 2 down. So the batter is going to be Luis Ruiz. Bottom half of the 5th inning, and here's a ball hit towards the shortstop, and he is going to make the catch to retire the side, and we're heading to the 6th. It's all Madison, Wisconsin. The Blues lead it 5-0. This is APN. A close-up look there at Earl Herman, the starting pitcher. He has given up quite a few hits in this game, but the 3 runs that he gave up in the top of the 5th inning were all unearned as we go to the top of the 6th inning, 5-0 Blues. Jeff pops it up. Is this going to stay in play? It did, but the first baseman a little late getting over there, and so another opportunity here for Jeff Adas. And Adas with a shot by the second baseman. That was a hard hit ball, and Jeff is going to be credited with a base hit. That is the 12th hit of the day. 5 runs, 12 hits for Madison, Wisconsin. And Sean batting for the second time. He hit into a 4-3 double play and singled back in the second. He lines one to center. It's going to hold up, and that ball's going to be caught. Here's the throw back to first, and it's not in time. I'll tell you, Sean really hit that ball hard, but it was right at the center fielder. And this was a scene earlier today as Sean gets back. There's a little glitch. I don't know how that clip got in there. Well, it's Halloween. Yes, it is. It's Halloween time. So we're going to add a batter to the bottom of the order here. And this is going to be Greg Nall. And how often do you have 3, count them 3 brothers playing for the same team in the same game. It's like the Alou brothers. We're in the top of the 6th inning, 5-0 Blues. First time up for Greg Knoll, and he pops it up. The pitcher is calling for it. The third baseman comes in, and it's off the glove of the pitcher, and that'll be an error. Well, in all seriousness, that is the third baseman's ball. And you can see the frustration right there from number 16, Luis Ruiz, and he really should be. The pitcher, the only time really a pitcher should make a play on a pop-up is if the chances of any of the other infielders, like some of these really short pop-ups, don't have much of a chance. As Jeff Knoll lines one to left field, it's going to drop for a base hit. He's got his second hit, and the throw to third is not in time. Well, Jeff with his second hit, he's 2 for 3 with a walk, and now the bases are loaded. And here's Olson. He has singled in a run and scored, singled and reached on an error and scored. And he lines one foul and out of play. Bases loaded, 1 out. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Grounded to third. They're going to have to come home with it. And the throw is short hopped. Ruiz has got to put a little mustard on that one. Scoring is Jeff Adis to make it a 6-0 lead here for the Madison Blues. And a strike to Tom Kirsten, who had a base hit, a run scored. I think that was Jeff Knight. And here's a ball slapped to the shortstop, and they'll go the short route for one, and they'll throw it on to first. And did they get the double play? No, that's going to score the 7th run as Knoll scores from third. And the batter is the cleanup hitter, Shane Messenberg. Lefty versus lefty. Shane looking for his first hit, had a sacrifice fly to right field on a great catch out there by Theobald. And he is up there with 2 out and goes the opposite way, and this one's a fair ball. It's going to go all the way down into the corner, and that's going to clean the bases. 2 runs are going to score, and the throw to third is not in time. It's a 2-run triple, the 3rd RBI for Messenberg, and, well, the route is on. And this may be all for Earl Herman. Well, he's going to stay in there with a runner at third and 2 out, and the batter is going to be Jeff Knight. Knight has a 2 for 3 day going. So 4 runs have come across in the inning, and it's now 9-0 in favor of Madison. Well, the one good thing with the playoffs starting tomorrow, and a good chance that, well, now that it's 9-0, if Madison wins this game, there's a very good chance they're going to go in, and so too would Dallas. Both teams, if things stay the way they are right now, would be 3-3 by way of record. Both teams most likely will make the playoffs. That's strike 3 called. Jeff says, well, just give me that one when I come back out to pitch the bottom of the 6th inning. But 4 big runs come across. A lot of unearned runs in that inning. They are all unearned. And in fact, the 7 runs that they have scored, Madison that is, over the last 2 innings, they're all 7 are unearned. So you got to give some credit to Earl. He's pitched a nice game here. He's given up a lot of hits. I mean, there's no question about that. Knight still looking for his first strikeout of the game as we are in the bottom half of inning number 6. And here's a looper back of the shortstop, and the left fielder comes racing in to make the play, and out number 1. So Hirschfield making the play, out number 1, as they retire Craig Holmes batting for the first time. And here is Reif Schneider. Yeah, I totally butchered his name the first time up around. We got the pronunciation. In there for a called strike. On this beautiful day from Goodyear Ballpark, 9-0 Madison Blues over the Dallas Sox. Here's a bouncing ball back to Knight. He snags it and throws him out at first base. Nice play by Sean, 2 down. And the batter is going to be Juan Norat, who started the game at second base, and he takes a strike. Luis Ruiz has played a little second base as well as third. And speaking of second basemen, here is an inning-ending play as we head now to the 7th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. And at the end of 6, Madison, Wisconsin leads it 9-0. You're watching the 2021 Msbl World Series on APN Video Sports. You get a wide shot of Goodyear Baseball Park, the winter home of the Reds and the Cleveland Indians, as we go now to the top of the 7th inning, and it's all Blues at 9-0. And the 4th time up for Dave Keene. He's reached on an error, grounded out, but he had an RBI double back in the 1st inning. And still out there is Earl Herman. Slap to the third baseman, and Ruiz has got it. And the throw across the infield is out number 1. Good job. Nice play for out number 1. So 9 runs on 14 hits in total for Madison, Wisconsin. First pitch low and away, ball 1, and this is Eric Selge batting for the first time. That's taken low and inside. So let's see what Eric can do here. His team up 9-0 here in the top of the 7th inning. And here's a fly ball over the shortstop's head, but right there is the left fielder to take care of business, and there's 2 down. So Brookshire, who moved over to left field, takes care of business with the putout, and now Steve Hirschfield, who is looking for his first hit of the ball game, and he goes after the first pitch and fouls it off. Madison scored 2 earned runs in the first, and then they score 7 unearned runs over 2 innings. Same starting pitcher out there, as Earl has thrown 6 2/3 innings. He's given up 14 hits, but the errors have really hurt them. And the other thing that's hurt the Sox in this game, they have been thrown out stealing 4 times, 3 of which by Tom Kirsten, the catcher for the Madison, Wisconsin team. And a chopping ball towards the hole. This could be trouble. Hirschfield, good speed, long throw to first, and it is not in time. Oh, he called him out. Boy, he thought about that for a long time. And that'll retire the side. 7th inning stretch coming up. It's 9-0 Madison over the Dallas Sox from Goodyear Ballpark. Jeff Lowry on the play-by-play. So glad to have you with us here on a beautiful day for our national pastime. Temperatures in the low 70s here, and couldn't ask for a better day. Jeff Knight is in his 7th inning of work. He started this game for the Madison Blues. And he is going up against the leadoff hitter here. Let's see. I'm trying to find a number 2 on this roster. And that is John Parker batting for the first time. Added to the bottom of the lineup, and he lines a single into left field. So a good start here. Again, both these teams have a very good chance, no matter the outcome for Dallas. Both teams will be most likely 3-3 unless Madison blows a 9-run lead here. This is Jamie Rangel batting for the first time, and he grounds one to the shortstop. They'll go 2nd-1, and the throw on to first is a double play, 6-4-3, and it all started with Shane Msbl, 2 down. Or check that, Olson to Msbl, 2 down. And now the batter is going to be leadoff hitter Jesus Morales, who is 0 for 2. 9-0 Madison. Top of the 8th inning. Jeff Knight in his 8th inning of work. Check that, his 7th inning of work. Two out, nobody on here in the home half of the 7th inning. Jesus looking for his first hit of the ball game. He cites a sign from his catcher, who has thrown out 3 would-be base stealers today, and a tough at-bat here for Jesus Morales. And he slaps one in the hole deep at shortstop. Olson's got it. Long throw to first. He got him. What a play. Fine defensive play, and that'll retire the side as we head to the top of the 8th. Well, the top of the 8th, a 9-0 lead here for the Madison, Wisconsin Blues. And the first batter up is Jeff Adis, third baseman. He's made a couple of nice plays down there at the hot corner. And guess who's back out for his 8th inning of work? Well, you got to tip your cap to Earl Herman, the starting pitcher today for the Sox out of Dallas, Texas. That's a swing and a miss. Carr unable to corral it, but instead throws to first base, and they get Jeff there by a couple of steps, and a nice defensive play by Carr, who got a nice convenient ricochet there off the backstop. And that'll bring up Sean looking for his first hit since the 2nd inning. That is strikeout number 6 on the day for Earl. Sean is 1 for 3. Takes a strike, evens the count 1-1. We're in the top of the 8th inning. And a bouncing ball back up the middle and under the glove of the shortstop. That'll be his 2nd hit of the day. And the runner is on base. The 15th hit of the day for the Madison Blues. Well, we got a trivia question for you. As Greg Nall bats for the 2nd time, he reached on an error in that 6th inning in which they scored 4 times. They lead 9-0 here in the top of the 8th inning. But our trivia question, first the pitch. One player in baseball history won 300 or more games in his career, as this one is lined down the left field line, base hit. So Greg Nall has been on base both times he's been to the plate. Hit number 16. Runners are at first and second. And now the batter is going to be Doug McLeod. Doug is the brother of both Jeff and Greg Nall, who is at first base. So this pitcher won over 300 games in his career and also had over 300 hits in his career. And the total number of his wins was the same as the amount of career hits that he had. Can you name that great pitcher? Now I'm going to give you a little hint. Madison, Wisconsin. Who roots for Madison, Wisconsin teams? Or Wisconsin teams? People in Madison. So it could be an Atlanta Brave. It could be a Milwaukee Brave, or it could be a Milwaukee Brewer. So now the bases are loaded. 1 out. We're in the top of the 8th inning. And this is the first at bat for Steve Hendrickson. So again, he had over 300 career wins and over 300 career hits as a batter. We'll give you the answer at the bottom of the 8th inning. That is strike 3 called, and that is 2 down, and that's 7 punch-outs for Herman. 2 down. That's going to bring up Dan Ketter. Ketter batting and added to the bottom of the order. Left-handed hitter, 2 outs. And a called strike with the bases loaded, 2 out. And we're in the 8th inning and a 9-0 lead here for Madison. And a line shot. That ball's going to be in there for a base hit in the left center field. 2 runs are going to score. It's 11-0 in favor of Madison. 2-run single. Runners will be at first and third, and what about Dan Ketter coming off the bench? A clean line drive single to left center field. Well, James Bogus out to talk to his starting pitcher in his 8th inning of work. We're going back to the top of the Madison Blues lineup and Jeff Null. Null has singled twice, walked. He has scored 3 times, and I think he scored once or twice as a courtesy runner. First and second occupied. Swing and a miss. Quick adjustment. Come back to live action. And that one is chopped foul. A couple of strikes on Jeff Null. His only time he did not get on base was in the second. Strike 3 called. He got him. And that'll retire the side. So we are heading to the bottom of the 8th inning here from Goodyear Ballpark. And Jeff Knight trying to pitch a shutout here. And it's been a long time since we've seen a shutout in an MSBL World Series game, a complete game shutout, that is. And this one's lined down the left field line. That's Holbrook. That's a base hit. And a good job of cutting that ball off, and a long, long single for Holbrook. That'll bring up Charles Carr. Carr had a base hit back in the first inning. He has popped up to the catcher. So a leadoff single by Tad Holbrook, the center fielder. A pretty athletic catcher. As he chops one down to third, it's cut off there. Nice throw to second. On to first. Won't be in time. And that'll be a 5-4 fielder's choice. Probably got, well, you had speed with Holbrook on there. Carr runs well. And now the cleanup hitter, Brookshire, pops it up. And Jeff Knight in fair territory will make the play. And that's out number 2 here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. An 11-0 lead here for Madison, Wisconsin. Steve Hendrickson had the assist on the ground ball by Charles Carr a moment ago, 2 down. And this is Tony Sanchez, who is a perfect 2 for 2 at the plate. And a ground ball down to Hendrickson again, and he'll go the short route to retire the side at second base. Nice job, nice defense. We're going to the 9th. It's all Madison And they'll be 3-3 at the end of this game as we go to the top of the ninth inning. First pitch called strike. It will be the number 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Olson, Kirsten, and Msbl. Olson has scored twice. He's reached on an error a couple of times, and he's 2 for 4, but he's reached on an error twice, and he's been on base all 4 times. And he hammers one down the left field line, but that's foul. Well, our trivia question, can you name the player that had the same amount of hits as career wins? He won over 300, and this one's tapped in between first and second, and the third hit of the day for Olson. So a good start here in the ninth inning. And now the batter is the catcher, and Tim skies one out to center field. That's a long run and a diving attempt to no avail. And he's got a base hit, his second of the day. And he has been on base 3 of the 5 times. Back-to-back leadoff singles here in the top of the ninth inning against the guy who started the game and is still out there. Holbrook in center field this entire game. And now the next batter, cleanup hitter Shane Msbl. This is an infield fly rule. He is automatically out. The put out recorded by the first baseman. So our trivia question, as Jeff Knight looks for his third hit of the day, and he's got it. A line drive base hit to left field. And a 3 for 5 day for starting pitcher Jeff Knight, who has went the distance and will most likely come out in the bottom of the ninth inning searching for a complete game shutout. And there he is. Now Dave Keene, and he's first pitch swinging foul ball. So this pitcher won over 300 games. He also had over 300 career hits at the plate. His hit total was exactly his win total for his career. High pop-up. And who wants it? And it's the third baseman. And now they're going to double off the runner. And all he's got to do is step on the bag, and there it is. That is an inning-ending double play. We go to the bottom of the ninth inning. It's all Madison. We'll be back with more on APN in just a moment. Left-handed hitting Mike Scott, and he'll be first batter up, and a soft line drive snagged by the second baseman for out number 1. So Jeff Knoll makes the catch on a soft line drive, made it a little dramatic, but that's all right. And here is Stan Gideon. Well, the man's name on that trivia question is the one and only Warren Spahn, who won 356 won 356 games in his illustrious career, most of them with the Milwaukee Braves. Gideon has walked, he has bounced back, and a line drive caught. What a sensational play by Jeff Knight for out number 2. That'll bring up Luis Ruiz. The last hope here for Dallas. In the bottom of the ninth inning, 2 out, nobody on. And Madison up big time here in the ninth inning. Ball 1. Warren Spahn won 340, I don't have it in front of me now. 349 games with the Braves. He also had 349, believe it or not, he had 349 base hits. He also played for the Giants and the Mets at the end of his career. And with the Mets, he had 4 career victories with the Mets. And how many base hits? He had 4. He went to the Giants. He won 3 games, and guess what? He had 3 base hits. And he had 4 postseason victories, as that's ball 4 to extend the bottom of the ninth, for Craig Bishop. batting for just the second time. And they're going to call the game right now. We've surpassed the 3-hour time limit. And what a job by Jeff Knight. A complete game shutout here on APM Video Sports. And both teams now with a 3-3 record. And I would imagine that both teams are heading to the 50 and over Cactus Division. One last note about Warren Spahn. He won 4 postseason games. Guess how many hits he had? 4. This has been a presentation of APN Sports. Jeff Lowry saying so long as the Madison Blues win it big time here over Dallas.